Hi everyone, I hope everyone is doing well. Welcome back to a new video and a new case. Today I have another case which will stay in Algeria. Our story takes us to Algeria where we will meet a girl named Yousra. Yousra was born to a mother and father who were not getting along when she was just a month and a half old. They took her to an orphanage and left her there. She stayed there for a while until a couple, Mr. Butchis and his wife, came along. They already had three sons, but no daughter. The wife always dreamed of having a girl, so they decided to adopt her. When they went to an orphanage, they saw many little girls, but the moment they saw Yusra, they said, "This is our daughter." They adopted her when she was about 3 months old. Yusra grows up surrounded by love. Her adoptive parents adored her deeply and treated her as their own, not even as if she were their daughter. She truly was their daughter in every sense. Her mother, especially, was very close to her. She took her everywhere. They were inseparable. That was, after all, why she had wanted a daughter, to have a companion, some gentle to share her days with. Yusra studied hard. She was a beautiful, kind girl. Everyone loved her. She had a sweet way of speaking and a joyful presence. She loved daughter gathering and family. One day, Yusra and her mother were invited to a wedding in the countryside. One of her mother's relatives, while they was there, some people came to speak to Yusra's father, Mr. Bujled. They told him that one of the workers at the wedding had seen Yusra and liked her. The man's name was Aziz. Bujled said he couldn't give an answer until he talked to Yusra. When he did, Yusra lowered her gaze and say softly, "Whether you decided father is fine by me." At the time, Yusra was about 19 and 19 and a half all year. The families spoke with each other and agreed that in a week Aziz, his mother, would come to formally propose. Aziz was born or even was about 25 years old than Yusra. People said he was well off from a religious and respectable family. He had a beard, and his mother often spoke only in Quranic verses. He was said to be a former police officer, now doing private businesses, something like organizing events and preparing weddings hall. Before agreeing, Belgian went to an investigation the man background. Everyone in the neighborhood said good things. He is responsible. He used to be a policeman. His family is decent, so reasonable. They give their blessings. Within 2 months, Yusra and Aziz were married. At the first, Yusra lives alone with Aziz, close to his family home. Her private or even her own parents live a bit further in the same city, but she needed a taxi to reach them. Her parents didn't visit often to give her space, but they noticed something was wrong. When she came to visit, she seemed sad and quiet. She told her mother, "Marriage is not what I imagine. It's not like in the movies. There is coldness, distance." Her mother told her gently, "Be patient, my dear. Married life is not like the movies. It's about understanding and time." But Yusra's sadness deepened. She did not wear her new clothes or jewelry. Her mother asked why, and she would say, "He don't like me too." Her husband forbade her from wearing her new shoes, her rings, even the gifts her parents gave her. Then one day, Yusra showed up at her parents' house covered in bruises, her body swollen and discolored as if he had been in a car accident. She broke down crying, telling them that Aziz was a monster, that he beat her, humiliated her, starved her, and demanded disgusting things from her. He had taken away her phone and cut off all contacts with her family. Sometimes, when her parents called or tried to visit Aziz, would meet them at the door and say, "She don't want to see you," while telling Yusra that her parents didn't want her anymore. Her parents were broken. Her father took her to the hospital to get a medical report providing the abuse and wanted to press charges. But Aziz's family begged him not to, promising that their son would charge out of shame and community pressure. They sent her back to her husband. Nothing changed. The abuse was continued. Later, Abdullah heard disturbing new information that Aziz had never been a police officer but had actually been fired from misconduct. People in his area said he was violent, controlling, and known for pretending to be an officer to intimidate others. Then came the worst day. One night, Aziz beat Yusra severely again and forced her to drink acid. She collapsed unconsciously by her body burned from the inside. Aziz called her mother and sister, and together they took Yusra to the hospital, but they pretended she was the sister using a fake name. Yusra was in a critical conditions in intensive care. When she woke up hours later, she whispered, "Where is my father?" The hospital called the mother. She managed to give them, and her father came running. When he saw her, he was shattered. Her body was covered in bruises, her face disgusted, her voice gone. Aziz told the police that Yousra had done it to herself and she was unstable. But Yousra slowly began to speak. She told them, "He did it, he tortured me." Her mother stayed by her side in the hospital for 2 months, changing her clothes, caring for her like a baby. Yousra's condition barely improved, then worsened again. Before she died, she told her mother, "Mama, forgive me, I am going to die." After 2 months of suffering, Yusra passed away. The first medical report listed her death as natural causes. In his grief and confession, her father signed the burial paper and they buried her. At the funeral, neighbor came to offer condolence and told her parents that they had heard Yusra screaming and being beaten every day. Her mother cried, "Why didn't you tell us early? You couldn't have saved her." For months after her death, her father demanded an examination and autopsy. When they dug up her body, they found it intact, still smelling of masks, as witnesses said. The new forensic report confirmed what her father already knew. Yusra had been tortured and murdered. Her body bore clear marks of severe abuse. Aziz was arrested, tried, and despite his attempt to bribe officials and appear multiple times, he was sentenced to life in prison. Yusra was reversed, this time with justice and peace. And that was the tragic case of Yousra from Algeria, a young woman who injured and intimated suffering at the hands of the cruel man, but would truly finally came to light. Don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comments. We'll meet you again, and thank you. And don't forget to hit the button of subscribe, and see you next in another video. Thank you for watching.